So here it is a one more problem on the strain energy. So now let us solve that. A tension bar 5 meters long is made up of two parts. 3 meters of its length has a cross-sectional area of 10 centimeters square, while the remaining 2 meters has a cross-sectional area of 20 centimeters square. An axial load of 80 kilonewtons is gradually applied. Find the total strain energy produced in the bar and compare this value with that obtained in a uniform of the same length and having the same volume when under the same load. So take E is equals to 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm square. So here what is the type of load given? The load applied is gradually. So here the type of load applied is gradually. So based upon that we need to calculate. So first let us draw the bar when the dimensions are given. So he has given the total length of the bar is 5 meters, but for up to a length of 3 meters the cross sectional area is 10 centimeters square. So up to 3 meters of length the area is of only 10 centimeters square, but after the remaining 2 meters the area will be equals to 20 centimeters square. So the area is increased. So that's why I have drawn like this, right? So now let us represent all the values. So the total length is 5 meters. So for the first 3 meters, this is the area. So what is the area value? 10 centimeters square. And up to this one, for the remaining 2 meters, so the area value is 20 centimeters square. So we are applying a axial load of 80 kilonewtons on this. Then he is asking us to calculate the total strain energy produced in the bar. So first write the given data. So what is given data? Length of the bar is given. So length of the bar L is equals to 5 meters. And next, cross sectional area of first portion. So cross sectional area of part 1. So that means if I take this one as part 1 and if I take this as part 2, the two different values are given to us. So that is A1 equals to 10 centimeter square. So let us convert all into mm square. So then 10 into, so for 1 centimeter 10 mm. So 10 square into mm square. So that equals to 1000 mm square. So here also the length value, if we convert 5 meters into mm, you will get 5000 mm. And next similarly let us write all the values. Length of part 1. Length of part 1 is equals to L1 and that equals to 3 meters. So it is equals to 3000 mm. Next, cross sectional area of part 2 is equals to A2 and that equals to 20 centimeters square. So that equals to 2000 mm square. Next, length of part 2 is given. Length of part 2 is equals to L2 and that equals to 2 meters. So that equals to 2000 mm. And next the load is given, axial load. Axial load P is equals to 80 kilonewtons and that equals to 80 into 10 cube newtons. So now he is asking us to find the total strain energy. So that means U value he is asking. So now let us calculate the U value. So first let us calculate the strain energy stored for the part 1 and then calculate the strain energy stored for part 2. And next Young's modulus value also given to us. So that Young's modulus value E is equals to 2 into 10 power 5 Newton per mm square. So first I am going to calculate stress in part 1. Stress in part 1 is equals to sigma 1. So what is stress? Load by area of the part 1. So what is the load value? 80 kilonewtons, that is 10 cube by area value E by 1000. So then what is the stress value? So 80 into 10 cube by 1000 and that is equals to nothing but 80 Newton per mm square. Next, calculate the stress in part 2. So stress in part 2 is equals to sigma 2 and that equals to P by A2. So 80 into 10 cube by A2 value is 2000. So that will be equals to 40 Newton per mm square. Next, calculate the strain energy in part 1. So strain energy stored in part 1 is equals to, so what is strain energy stored in part 1? That is nothing but U1. So sigma square by, that is sigma 1 square by 2E into V. So that equals to sigma 1 value is 80 square by 2 into E value is 2 into 10 power 5 into volume is area into length. So area of the first part is 1000 into length value of first part is 3000. So if you solve that, you will get the strain energy. So strain energy is equals to 48,000 Newton mm, right? So if you don't know the unit of strain energy, you can substitute here. So what is the unit of stress? Newton per mm square by whole square, right? So that means Newton square by mm power 4 by E value is Newton per mm square, volume is mm cube. So 1 mm square will be cancelled and 1 Newton will be cancelled, and here one more Newton here will be cancelled. So then the strain energy stored will be is equals to Newton mm, right? Next, in a similar way, let us calculate the strain energy in part 2. So strain energy stored in part 2, so that is equals to U2. So it is sigma 2 square by 2E into V2. So that will be equals to sigma 2 value 40 square by 2 into E value is 2 into 10 power 5 into V2 value is A2 into L2. So A2 is 2000 into L2 value is also 2000. So calculate the value of E2. So U2 is 16,000 Newton mm, right? So now let us calculate the total strain energy. Therefore, total strain energy is equals to U1 plus U2, that equals to 48,000 plus 16,000. So that will be equals to 64,000 Newton mm, right? So now this is the first bit he asked, and then what he asked, he is asking us to find the strain energy when the value obtained is for a uniform bar of having the same length and having the same volume. So same, if the same volume of uniform bar if you take and the same length, what is the strain energy stored, and compare those values with the first one he is asking. So now let us take the total volume first of all. So for a uniform bar, first calculate the total volume. So total volume V equals to volume 1 of first part, volume of second part. So volume of first part is A1 L1, volume of second part is A2 L2. So substitute those values. So 1000 into L1 is 3000 plus A2 value is 2000 into L2 is also 2000. So that will be equals to, here it is 3 into 10 power 6 and here it is 4 into 10 power 6. So that will be equals to 9 into 10 power 6 mm cube is the total volume, right? And next, the length value is the same as length, so that equals to 5 meters and that is 5000 mm. Now for this uniform bar we need to calculate the strain energy. First, let us calculate the stress induced in the bar. So stress sigma is equals to, here it is a gradually applied load, so it is P by A. But for a suddenly applied load, sigma is equals to 2 into P by A. Now substitute. So the load value is 80 kilonewtons divided by area is A1 plus A2. So that will be equals to 80 into 10 cube divided by A1 is 1000 plus A2 is 2000. So if you substitute that value, you will get it as, sorry, the area value we need to take it as, so load is equals to load divided by area value. How to get it means, area is nothing but volume by length. So that equals to 80 into 10 cube divided by volume, total volume we got it as, so total volume is equals to 3 into 10 power 6 plus 4 into 10 power 6. So it is not 9, it is 7 into 10 power 6. Okay, now substitute 7 into 10 power 6 divided by 5. So then you will get the area. So that will be equals to, the value of stress induced will be 57.4143 Newton per mm square. Next, calculate the strain energy. So strain energy stored U will be equals to sigma square by 2E into V. So sigma value is 57.143 square by 2 into 10 power 5 into total volume is 7 into 10 power 6. So then this will be equals to 57.143 Newton mm. So this is the strain energy for a uniform bar. Now let us compare those strain energy values. Therefore, strain energy in given bar divided by strain energy of uniform bar is equals to, so that strain energy value is 64,000 Newton mm. Here it is 57,143. So the ratio will be is equals to 1.12. So that means if you take a uniform bar, the energy stored is very less. But if you take with of same volume with two different parts, the strain energy stored is more, right? So like this we need to solve the problems. So I hope you understand this. If you understand, please like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.